Hey guys, it's Anastasia from Anastasia and Delaney's channel. I'm going to have a trigger warning right now because I will be talking about suicide attempts, and self-harm, and hospitalizations like regular hospitals, Baker Acts, and long-term. So if you think any of that is going to upset you, please click away and come watch this video when you feel you are in a better place. Last video, we ended on me talking about when I went to a facility in July for self-harming. Today, we are going to fast forward to August 21st. It was a Tuesday, 2018. I had told my mom that I wasn't feeling well. And a few hours later, I overdosed on medication. And I immediately regretted it, so I told her, and she called poison control, and poison control told her to call 911. So an ambulance came to my house and took me to an ER facility, which is not a full hospital, it's just an emergency room. And they gave me some charcoal to drink and then waited for a few hours to see if I was going to vomit or not, which I didn't, which I really wish I would have because it was nasty. Then they transported me to a full hospital, and they decided that I needed to put in the ICU to make sure that I, wouldn't slip into a coma, wouldn't stop breathing, my heart wouldn't stop pumping, stuff like that. And I was in the ICU for 3 days. And then after that, I was transported to a Baker Act facility, and I was Baker Acted for 6 days. And then I was home for 3, and in those 3 days, my mom and I decided that it was best for me to go to a long-term facility. I was at that facility for 3 weeks. In those 3 weeks, the first week, I cried every single day, at least 5 times a day, which being panic attacks, because I have separation anxiety, so being away from my family and my home and my friends was completely not okay to my brain. So it was freaking out, like, every hour, and we had these things called PRNs, which they're immediate mood stabilizers, so, like, if you're having an anxiety attack and you can't control it, they usually give you one. And then you feel better within about 15 minutes. So I was taking those at least like 3 or 4 times a day, which is really unhealthy. And one time I was up at the nurse's station asking for one. My psychiatrist was up there, and he was asking the nurse how many times I had taken one that day. And she was like, "This will be her 3rd. And I was like, well, you know what, Deborah? Nobody asked you. And then my psychiatrist was like, I asked her. And I was like, well, I'm standing right here. I could have given you a much nicer answer. And he was like, well, since you're taking so many of these, we're going to change your anxiety medication to something that's much stronger. And within the next 3 days, I was not having panic attacks anymore. I was not having anxiety attacks anymore. My separation anxiety was getting lower. I'm not going to say I was happy. I was not happy. At one moment I was there. It was miserable. But I am better for being there. So I'm not saying that it was a bad decision going there. After those 3 weeks, I was discharged and switched over to something called PHP, which is partial hospitalization patient. So it's like intensive not inpatient. I don't know. I was there from like 7 in the morning to like 3 in the afternoon every school day. And I did that for 3 weeks. So sorry guys, I've been having really bad asthma. Anyways, I did the partial hospitalization patient for 3 weeks. So I was gone for a total of 2 months from school, and that created a lot of issues. And if you guys want to hear about my school life, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll post a poll on my Instagram, which is Anastasia in Recovery. I'll also link that down below. And anyways, after I was discharged from PHP, I was introduced to this program called the CAT team. And through the CAT, they're an intensive outpatient program. So I have a mentor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a case manager, which is for people who have legal problems, but I don't have any legal problems, so we just talked about school stuff. And then a wraparound coach, which is someone who gets together with your family and you guys talk about goals and how you're going to meet those goals and about things that need to change in your life and how you're going to change them. So I meet with each one of those team members once a week, except for my psychiatrist, which is once a month. But currently, my program with them is about to end because you usually are only with them for 6 months, and my 6 months is over already. But I'm still with them. I'm going to be with them for the rest of the summer until the school year starts. Anyways, we fast forward a month after I was discharged. I was discharged in the middle of October. And we fast forward to November, like the middle of November, like a week before Thanksgiving or something. And I was having urges of suicide and self-harm. So I told my mom, and we called the 211 service. So the 211 service is like 911, but therapists come out instead. And so they determine whether or not you need to go to a facility, and then if you refuse, they call 911 so that you have to go to a facility. But they decided I needed to go, and I went voluntarily. And I was there. It's the place that I went to the first time, and I was there for 4 days. Excuse me. That stay wasn't very bad, of course. No stays at a facility are fun. It's not meant to be fun. It's a stabilization unit. Let's see. And then I was clean from self-harm for, 9 months, guys. So let's see. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. And at the end of May, I was going through a rough patch. I was having a relapse. I was relapsing, and I self-harmed, and I called my grandfather, and then he started his way over here because I couldn't get in touch with my mom, and I knew I needed to go to a hospital, a facility. And so my grandfather started making his way over here, but then, when he was almost here, my grandma got in touch with my mom, and my mom came home, and I did some laundry, so I got to have clothes to take with me, because I knew it was going to probably be there for a while. And then, so my grandparents left. They stayed at my house to make sure I was okay, and then they left. And then I went to a new facility. That I say new, I mean one that I've never been to, so that my therapist and my treatment team could have better access to me. I was there for 3 days. Was not the worst day I've ever had, not the best day I've ever had. So it has been not even a month since my last hospitalization, and I'm not gonna say I'm better and that I'm not still in relapse, because I am. I still have suicidal thoughts. Not currently. I'm okay right now, guys. And of course I always tell my therapist when I'm having a bad day. but it's going okay. But if you have any more questions or concerns, which if you do have concerns, DM me on my Instagram page. If you have questions, you can, I have 2 Instagram pages, and you can comment them down below, or you can message them to me on YouTube. If there's topics that you want to hear, go ahead and comment them down below, or you can put them anywhere that you would ask questions. And if you guys are in need of help but are afraid to ask for it, DM me, please, because I am more than wanting to help. I want to help you guys. I want you guys to feel good about yourselves and about things that are happening in your life. And I don't want people to struggle. This is one of the reasons why I made the channel, is because I don't want people to struggle like I did. It's okay if you struggle like I do, but I don't want you to. But this is going to conclude my video. My next video next week is, I don't know what the topic's going to be yet. It's going to be what you guys want it to be. But I will be doing a video with my friend Jessica, who was mentioned in my first video. We're going to do a video about sexuality, but she's on vacation right now, so we're going to do that when she gets back. And Delaney is actually in FSYO, and FSYO is touring in China right now. They left today. So I don't know when she's going to be uploading her videos, because she can't upload while she's in China unless she sends me the videos, which I'll talk to her about. But she probably won't be uploading while she's there, and I probably won't be uploading for her while she's there. So stay tuned for another video.